On this episode of Bass to Billfish, Alaskan crab fisherman Captain Wild Bill joins Peter Miller for a fishing adventure in the Florida Keys.
This is going to be a good trip.
But will bad weather and challenging conditions jeopardize their trip?
A little bit of dark sky ahead of us there.
And I'm like, this is not good.
Fish on.
Oh yeah.
Look at that, tripled up again.
Stay tuned as Peter shows Wild Bill that in the Keys, a deadly catch isn't hard to match.
He said, that guy's deadly.
Florida, the fishing capital of the world.
Oh, yes!
With incredible fishing around every corner.
Yes, said it!
This is truly an angler's paradise. Join Peter Miller as he travels the state in search of big fish and shares his adventures with guests from around the globe.
Oh my God!
From freshwater to saltwater, ocean to Everglades.
Oh, yeah!
Join him for a fishing experience like no other.
Yeah!
This is Florida's Bass to Billfish with Peter Miller, presented by Yellowfin and by Visit Florida.
Bill,
Hey, buddy.
you made it.
How are you?
What's going on, man?
Not
Good to
much,
see you.
man.
This episode with Captain Wild Bill from the Deadliest Catch came about a year ago. I met him in ICAST.
I got Wild Bill from the Deadliest Catch.
And I said, wouldn't it be great if we took a guy from Alaska and put him on one of the Bass to Billfish shows?
So I said, let's book it, and we're going to do a fishing show together.
I'm excited for a lot of reasons. You know, this is going to be a good trip. And This
Yeah.
is going to be awesome.
I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
We had an amazing dinner at Alma at Hawks Cay Resort.
So here we have a couple fishermen, and what do they eat?
We're having fish, but we're in the Keys, you know, so it's like fishing capital of the world, Florida fish.
Well, this is nicely done.
Very good. We really, really enjoyed the dinner.
All right, buddy. Good trip.
Cheers. Well, the first morning of fishing came really early. Wake up call at 5 a.m.
Well, Bill brings rain gear, you know why? Because I work in Alaska, and if you bring it, you don't need it. So I walk up and I see it's a 36 yellowfin, which, I mean, they're a name in the industry that everybody likes to ride on. How come you got 3 of them things on the back? It's got triple marks on the back, so I know we can get from point A to point B. I've fished on a bunch that had doubles. I haven't been on too many triples, and this thing, when Peter put the boots to it, it was pretty exciting.
So, Nick, what do you think's our best shot today?
We'll try everything from tilefish, dolphin, tuna, maybe grouper down deep.
I've been friends with Captain Nick Stanzik for a long time. He's a very good fisherman.
I'm excited. Whatever we catch is fine with me, you know, as long as the rod's bent. When I heard it was Nicky, I was pleased because I see him around town when I'm here, but I've never had an opportunity to fish with him. I haven't had the chance to fish with this man, and it's kind of a big deal. I'm excited.
First thing we needed to do before we went offshore fishing was to net live bait. Where are we heading, straight out, Nick?
Yep, straight out there.
Shall I get the net prepared?
Yep.
All right, you always have to have live bait, and this day was no different, so we start by throwing the net.
Whenever you're ready, Pete.
Right here?
Down there. Yep. Look at that, he opened it.
I was kind of impressed, you know. He was actually throwing a pretty nice open circle. Nicely done, nicely done. You're good at this.
Those are the right size, too.
There we go, there we go. Now we're locked and loaded.
Oh, there's a baby squid, guys. Look at that. I actually caught a little baby squid in the net, which I'd never caught. You ever get sprayed in the face?
Nope, I don't want to start.
He held this thing in his hand for about 10 minutes, and you know, we're all fishermen. We're thinking maybe put a hook in it.
We'll let that guy go.
But he's looking at it like out of an aquarium.
But first, let me take a squiddy.
That shows you a lot about Peter's personality. It's just about being out on the water.
Release. Ooh, look at that ink.
Coming up next on Bass to Billfish.
Fish on.
Oh yeah.
Look at that, tripled up again.
That's a nice one, Bill. We're having a dolphin festivus. All right, guys, getting serious here. The hunt is on.
Bass to Billfish with Peter Miller is brought to you by Visit Florida. Your Florida side is calling. Go to visitflorida.com. Pet Boys does everything for less. Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. Ray Marine, world leaders in marine electronics. Peter Miller is fishing in the Florida Keys with Captain Wild Bill from Deadliest Catch.
As long as the rod's bent, I'm excited.
After meeting Captain Nick Stanczyk and getting bait,
Nicely done, nicely done.
they head offshore to start their trip.
So we're heading offshore, but this storm rolls in on us. I got the radar on and I'm looking and I'm like, whoa, this is not good.
A little bit of dark sky ahead of us there. Do not blame me for bringing the weather. And it's a standard joke that anytime I come down from Alaska or wherever I come from to fish, the weather goes to crap. For some reason these guys always blame me when it blows. I don't know what that's all about.
We sat back waiting for that window of opportunity, but in the interim, we wound up catching Mahi. There we go, a little baby dolphin here. We got the stink off the boat, Bill.
Show 'em.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, here comes another one. Oh, double header.
Sure enough, 1 fish, 2 fish, 3 fish. We got a triple header on. Look at it, look at it. Tripled up again.
I think we got a keeper.
Ah, there you go.
Look at that, look at these gobbling the squid off the leader.
It's like shooting fish in a barrel.
Look at that. We had this bite, rip and drag, and that really lightens the mood.
Wild Bill in the house.
Wild Bill!
Wild Bill in the house.
Oh, we got fish everywhere. When you're fishing for Mahi, the limit's 10 fish per person.
There you
Nice
go, Bill.
one.
They're getting bigger.
You know, we could have kept 30 dolphin, but we kept some for the dinner table and released some. That was a 10 on the release scale. We probably put as much in as we released. I'm gonna let this one go. Especially the females, creating more dolphin for future generations.
And we kept the bull, let all the cows go. That's, I don't know. That's kind of the way I always like to roll.
That's the way I like to roll too.
We could have stood there and fished for who knows how long. Mo better, there's a Mo better there.
That's Rick.
Oh, I was gonna say, holy shit, look at the side of that. Put a hook in it, some.
We might just catch the edge of it when we're fishing there, but it looks like it is clearing up.
You know, we fought through the weather. It cleared up. Everyone started smiling. You start telling a few jokes and you just get happier.
This is a custom Captain Wild Bill lure. We got a little king crab on there.
Nice.
That's for you, buddy. That's for you.
That is
I brought that for you.
nice.
Awesome, thank you.
Look at that.
I've got a buddy that's in the business, so I had to make me up these lures. So whenever I go someplace or do something that, you know, people do nice stuff, I give them one of these lures.
I don't care what you say about him, Pete. I like him.
Like, that's really cool, but deep down, I was like, where's my lure, sucker?
My real friends, I give them too.
Your real friends, yeah, so maybe, like, if we catch a good fish, maybe I'll get one. So there we are on my 36 yellowfin. We're running offshore, and I'm standing there driving this boat, and all of a sudden, we got a little debris. You can't pass up a little debris like this. Sure enough, we put the baits out, and I just saw a dorsal ripping across the water. There he goes, he's on you.
Fish on.
Nice job, Bill. That's a nice one. Then I hooked up. There's like 10 of them here. Then Nick hooked up.
Good size right there.
Tripled up.
We're all tripled up. Everybody's got a fish on. We got fish going everywhere.
These are nice sized school fish, you know?
Oh man, we're having a dolphin festivus. And here we are with another triple header of dolphin.
Ooh, that one's all fired up now too.
Yeah, man.
We loaded up until finally it was like, uncle. It was a great day of dolphin fishing here in the Keys.
Coming up next on Bass to Billfish.
Wild Bill's late, first time in months. I'm on time for everything. Peter's gonna chew me out.
Can you imagine if I did this on the Cape Caution?
Right.
It would have been ugly. All right, doubled up, tripled up, it's official.
Bass to Billfish with Peter Miller is brought to you by Yeti Coolers, wildly stronger, keep ice longer. Mercury, #1 on the water. Yellowfin, choice of champions. Laser Spine, the leader in minimally invasive spine surgery. Closed captioning for Bass to Billfish has been provided by fishingcapital.com. Peter Miller is with Captain Wild Bill fishing in the Florida Keys.
Fish on.
Nice job, Bill.
After an epic day of catching dolphin with Captain Nick Stanzik,
Wild Bill in the house.
Peter is ready to show Bill the great inshore fishing out of Hawks Cay Resort.
It's so convenient shooting shows out of Hawks Cay because the accommodations are great, the food's great, they have this fantastic marina. You really don't have to go far to make an entire trip happen.
When Peter told me we were staying here, I was really excited, and it's not been a disappointment. The room's impeccable. I could have had 5 people staying in it. It was gigantic. It was awesome. The accommodations, the cleanliness. This has been one of the more enjoyable experiences I've had this entire year. I'll be back. It's been great.
Day 2 rolled around and I was really excited because I was getting a chance to fish and introduce Wild Bill to an old friend of mine, Captain Dave Denkert, and his daughter Brooke Denkert. They were going to be our guides for the day. Bill's normally on time. I mean, like to the second.
Captain Wild Bill is a fanatic about being on time.
So I got there like 6:10 early with the boat. So I texted him, I said, you know, I'm up front in the valet, and no response. And I said, uh-oh.
We finished fishing day 1. I went straight to the room, went to sleep, and I hit the wrong button on my phone. My phone goes off 20 minutes after I was supposed to meet the guys to pick me up to take me to the boat ramp, and I'm in a sheer panic. Wild Bill's late, first time in months. I'm on time for everything. Peter's gonna chew me out. And I've been bragging to Peter that I'm on time for everything I do, and I think if you give Peter an inch, he's gonna take 1.5 miles.
Can you imagine if I did this on the Cape Caution?
Right.
It would have been ugly. He would have kicked me off the boat. He showed up. It was kind of funny. He was like, man, you're a total greenhorn, bro. Kidding. I did not call him a greenhorn.
I get it together, I get down there. We show up on the ramp. Good morning.
Brooke Black.
Brooke. I meet his daughter. She's sweet.
I saw her when she was 5 years old for the first time at the Miami Beach Rod and Reel Club.
And the captain, maybe he's just not a morning person, but he had a little bit of a scowl on his face.
How you doing? Dave Denkert.
I gotta apologize. I'm late, man. I'm never late for anything.
We're waiting on tide. Doesn't make a difference to me.
Really?
Yep.
I'm thinking, oh yeah, this guy thinks I'm a prima donna. You know, I'm on this crazy reality show, and I hear you're like the king of the backcountry, huh?
No, not really.
And I'm going, this might be a long day.
The beauty of the Everglades National Park is absolutely breathtaking. And when you're cruising across these glass flat channels and seeing all the life and the little islands and mangrove islands, it kind of stops you, almost takes your breath away how pretty it is. And this day was no different, and Wild Bill was just beaming, looking at it going, this is really nice, Peter. When we first stopped, 25 miles from land in the middle of Everglades National Park, we got our outfits, our rod and reel setups, 5-pound braid with a 30-pound leader, and these small jigs that Dave makes at home, and we put these little tails on that are actually scented. He said that's what the redfish are gonna key in on, the movement and the smell. All of a sudden, we saw 2 different schools of probably 1,000 redfish coming at us.
12 o'clock, going right.
You know, this is sight fishing, and you rely on the captain, but you have to put the bait where you want it.
Here they come, right at. Come right here, Bill. Stop, Bill. Reel, 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 reel. There you go, Bill. There you go.
Nice, Bill.
Perfect instruction, boss.
When you get a guy that's directing you like that, you absorb it and you wind up becoming a better angler.
You know what? Your instruction is so right on the money.
So good.
Captain, he was on it.
This is Bill's first flamingo redfish.
This is very exciting.
I felt like I got a fast-track education on sight fishing reds.
Quite the thumper.
Thinking a racket?
Yeah.
What's he saying?
He's saying, that's Wild Bill, man. I love that show.
Peter Miller, the Redfish Whisperer.
Flamingo redfish. You know, I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I came a long way on my knowledge level. Next one.
He didn't want to see Bill up close. He said, that guy's deadly.
Coming up next on Bass to Billfish.
12 o'clock, the whole school, 12 o'clock.
We wound up catching 6 triple headers of redfish, and all I started seeing was dorsal fins everywhere. Okay, where's that shark? If you don't like that,
He doesn't like it.
he doesn't like it.
Bass to Billfish with Peter Miller is brought to you by Salt Life. Live life unanchored. FWC. There's only one season in Florida, fishing season. Motor Guide, engineered for anglers. Costa, see what's out there. Fishing in the Florida Keys has been incredible for Peter Miller and Captain Wild Bill.
Look at that, tripled up again.
After catching tons of dolphin offshore,
Good size right there.
Tripled up.
they traveled to Everglades National Park for some inshore
Just
action.
keep going. There you go, Bill. There you go.
Nice, Bill.
Perfect instruction, boss.
Now they continue stalking redfish on the flats.
Dave positioned the boat just right with the electric motor, got us in position. Coming at me so hot, the whole school's coming at me. We were hooking up with redfish one after another.
Yeah, Bill.
You know, once you start catching all these fish, the levity on the boat just becomes so light and you're having fun and you're smiling, you're laughing, you're joking.
What do we got, a 3-spotter?
A 3-spotter and the biggest fish
You
of
got
the
the
day?
big fish and the most spots.
Oh,
Whenever you did what he said, you hooked up, which was awesome.
We started catching fish after fish after fish to the point where it was one of the most epic backcountry trips I've ever been on.
12 o'clock, the whole school, 12 o'clock. I can see them on the water at 12 o'clock.
This is fun. Everglades National Park with the Denkerts and Wild Bill. Are you kidding me? Backcountry fishing in skinny water is now one of my favorite things to do because you're actively going for this species. You cast it in there and you got the bite. You did it. Great feeling.
Yeah.
Tripled up, it's official. We're sport fishing,
Crushing the reds.
crushing them.
crushing them.
We wound up catching 6 triple headers of redfish. All right, tripled up again.
Triple, triple.
We look like we know what we're doing.
And I came away from this with a newfound passion. I mean, this fishery is exciting, it's different, and I love trying new stuff. All right, this is the most fun I've ever had inshore.
Yeah, you hear that? Did you hear that?
I did hear that.
We must have caught 40 redfish, just one after another, and it was a great, great day. What do we got, a septuplet? Septuplet triple.
Oh wait, mine's getting away. This has been amazing. I haven't seen fishing like this ever inshore. Can you guys believe this? Time and time again. Well, in the afternoon when it was like Sierra hot, we're cruising along on the trolling motor, we're looking around.
And all I started seeing was dorsal fins everywhere. Okay, where's that shark? I gotta get away in front of him. Most guides don't want to fool with sharks. I want to see somebody smile with a rod in their hand and that drag ripping. And that's exactly what we did. Now, if you don't like that,
He doesn't like it.
he doesn't like it.
The funny thing about Peter, I see a lot of myself in him. If there's a fish that catches, there's something to put a hook in, let's do it. He's shaking head hard here.
He's beaming. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted Wild Bill on this fish, rip and drag, and that's exactly what happened. Bill's got a nice shark on. Pump and wind, I'm coming at him nice and tight.
It was a hell of a fight. And we're in the heat of the day. I got sweat rolling off my nose. And
We're gonna come up on him now. I wanna get a look at him so we can determine what it is.
it's pretty cool to see somebody with a fish that big on the end of it. I mean, I had a great time.
Stay up.
All kind of species today. Oh, he called it with that head shake. He goes crazy with
He
it,
does.
doesn't he?
Yep.
We got color.
He's right
There's
there.
a leader.
Back up, back up.
Good job. There's the leader on that fish. Oh, there he is.
There
He's
he
right
is.
there. Nice, Bill.
fish.
That's nothing to sneeze at. That's a pretty decent sized shark. So we chased this fish down, about 80, 100-pound lemon shark. And, you know, even though you've sing him a million times, it's special. Lip him like a bass, Dave. Lip him like a bass.
Okay.
Bill's smiling. We're all beaming. It's a really cool experience.
Want to shake his hand?
I want to shake his
Grab his
hand.
dorsal, that's the best thing.
Yeah. Nice
There
one,
you
Bill.
We caught all kinds of stuff today. This is amazing. It was a blast catching that fish.
We got Bill down here from Alaska, right? We brought him down to the Keys. We caught dolphin yesterday. We got 6 triple headers. We caught about 30 redfish, and they ended on this big lemon shark right here in Florida Bay.
He wasn't real happy about it either. What a fight. That was amazing. Whew.
There he goes.
Off he
Awesome,
goes.
man.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Nice job, man. What do you say we we head back to the barn and have a couple drinks, relax, and we'll talk a little more about it.
We can do it.
Yeah,
Yep.
great job, guys. I invited Bill to breakfast the final morning, and guess what? I finally got my lure.
I've got a custom wild bill lure.
Ah.
It says wild bill in the head, got a little crab in there. I held off on giving Peter one of the wild bill lures, and I decided to give Peter his due.
This is going to be one of my lures. Awesome. Can't wait to try this out. You know, what I want people to really know about Bill is the fact that he's a really kind guy, a very nice guy. Perfect. This is awesome, man.
And who's made all this happen? Hawks Cay. If I did it in order of things that impressed me the most this week, the red fishing, the sight fishing for reds, that was like the most rewarding thing for me. The chance meeting at ICAST has turned out really well. Peter Miller's been a great guy. I'm proud to be on the Bass the Billfish show. And all in all, becoming a friend with Peter, I honestly think that we got a lot of similarities in our personality, and we love to fish, and he's a good guy.
Everything was perfect down here at Hawks Cay, and I think Bill had a great time, and can't wait to fish with him again, maybe in Alaska. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you'd like to see more photos, videos, unseen footage, and to interact with us, please check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. And also you can check us out on my blog at Bass to Billfish with Peter Miller. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you out on the water.